Welcome to a presentation all about hearing loops. Hearing loops are audio frequency induction loops which allow the hearing aid user to understand audio in all types of environments. This technology has been in existence since 1935. It improves safety for the hard of hearing and a greater quality of life. This technology is embraced in Europe and is present in almost every country in the world. The Canadian Bill C-81 passed in May of 2019, which allows us this right to have this technology in place. What is a hearing loop? A hearing loop device transmits sound directly to a person wirelessly without the need of extra devices such as a headphone or a neck loop. A Tcoil is a feature that is already incorporated into the vast majority of modern hearing aids today and all cochlear implants. This T-coil directly receives the electromagnetic signal sent out by the system. The result is that the hearing loop provides a realistic and usually a cost-effective solution to significantly enhance the signal-to-noise ratio and comprehension of speech. Additionally, hearing loops minimize hearing comprehension effort. It improves sound quality and increases perceived pleasure and sound naturalness, or at least as beautiful and clear sounds as your damaged auditory system can produce. So why use a loop system? For a person with a hearing aid, one of the difficulties with the appliance is the ambient noise. People with normal hearing are able to filter this out to some extent. However, when using a hearing aid without the T-coil, ambient noise comes through a lot louder than it does with normal hearing, and this occurs in all public areas. Reverberation, or an echo, is very problematic for a person with a hearing aid. The following slide that we're going to see is an animation in a church and illustrates what happens in many public venues. You can see the speaker on the podium speaking directly to a person. But unfortunately, the sound doesn't go there. It goes to the roof, it goes off the walls, it goes to the other side, it goes down to the floor. Anywhere that it can bounce off of, that's where sound's going. It mixes with the direct sound, and then we get reduced speech intelligibility. Ambient noise makes our speech intelligibility almost impossible at times for a person who has a hearing aid. The following slide is another animation in a church, and it illustrates what happens again in many other public venues. Again, speaker at the podium, but what's happening? Somebody's sneezing, someone behind is coughing, other people are whispering or laughing, creaking benches, noise in the church or the facility. The sound from the speaker is not coming to the hearing aid. But a hearing loop system, it provides a 25 decibel signal-to-noise ratio. This is better than any other system on the market. It is also discreet and personal. No one would know you were using it, and we don't need additional equipment, and it's hygienic because we're not borrowing anyone else's equipment. So an audio induction loop system takes the sound from any source and transmits it straight to the Tcoil equipped hearing aid. This is what a T-coil looks like. Not all hearing aids have a T-coil. However, as I said, all cochlear implant hearing aids and most behind-the-ear hearing aids have it. If yours does not have it equipped, you can go to your hearing health professional and they can easily turn it on. This is what it looks like in essence. When the hearing aid is switched to the T or the MT, from microphone and Tcoil position, the audio becomes clear as the T-coil picks up the audio while the microphone of the hearing aid is either shut off when the T is only selected, or the microphone and T-coil is used to pick up the audio only. Further to how this works, you can see in this situation a counter loop. It's connected to the antenna, which can be a loop pad on the counter, which generates the electromagnetic signal that T-coil responds to. That man is standing within that perimeter, and that's where he'll pick up that T-coil. If we look at this closer, you're going to see how that perimeter area is sending that signal directly to his hearing aid. How does loop input work then? Let's look at another example. When a person talks at a distance from the hearing instrument's microphone, the level is reduced as a function of the distance. When the talking distance increases from 1 to 2 meters, the level is reduced by half, which is the same as about 6 decibels. But when talking distance increases from 1 to 4 meters, that level is reduced to only 1/4, which is the same as a 12 decibel reduction. On top of that, we have environmental acoustic problems like the reverberation and the noise. During the sound transmission, through air additional acoustical pollutions like that noise from other people or the echoing in the room, it will make a masking effect to the sound. So there are 2 basic effects that together have a bad influence on the speech intelligibility. So we have a reduction of level, an increased masking effect from noise, and other acoustical disturbances. The only feasible solution is to shorten that microphone distance and thereby increasing the signal-to-noise ratio. With the hearing loop system, the microphone distance can be very short, much shorter than 1 meter with an increased level and reduced acoustic masking effects. The signal is then transmitted wirelessly using the hearing loop system without any acoustical reductions directly to the hearing instrument. The end result is a clear transmission without noise and level restrictions, which ends up with an increased speech intelligibility. A common reaction is often, it feels the sound goes directly into my ear. And that's what happens. It is true. It's important, though, that the hearing loop system complies to the standard. People always wonder, what does it sound like? This next example is going to let you hear what it's like with and without a loop system.
Live recording at the subway booth at 66th Street, Lincoln Center, asking for directions.
Take the 1 train to 14th Street. You have to get the L train. That's heading home. Excuse me?
The exact same encounter as heard over the loop system installed at the subway booth at 66th Street, Lincoln Center.
Take the 1 train to 14th Street. Get off and get the L train to Bedford. That's heading towards Brooklyn. Yes. Excuse me?
Where can loops help the most? Over the counter? These are some of the examples. The reception area of a residence, a dining area, a food court, meeting room, chapels, individual residences, healthcare, anywhere in healthcare, any other type of service counter where there's all kinds of background noise happening. Another place is to consider university, lecture halls, theaters, conference centers, office spaces, retail outlets, airports, banks, pharmacies, again, doctors' offices, ticket counters, places of worship, and transportation vehicles, including ferries, bus, taxis. It really is unlimited. CHHA-Edmonton is a strong advocate for barrier-free hearing. If you have issues with hearing in any of these places, please contact us and we'll advocate on your behalf for a better hearing solution. For further information on loop systems or to book an assessment, or to rent or purchase a loop, contact Cindy Gordon at 780-428-6624 or email me at cindy@chha-ed.com. Thank you for watching this presentation.